Hi everyone, I welcome all of you to my presentation on GELAB and hybrid optimization using grammatical evolution. I'm presenting this on behalf of myself and my co-authors Aidan Murphy and Conor Ryan. We are based in the Biocomputing and Developmental Systems Research Group in the Department of Computer Science and Information Systems in the University of Limerick, Ireland. Um, so the rest of my presentation is structured as follows. First of all, I'm going to be giving a brief introduction to grammatical evolution, and then I'm just going to talk about GELAB, which is a novel tool for doing grammatical evolution in MATLAB, and then I'm going to talk about how we achieved hybrid optimization with GELAB. I'm going to present the results afterwards, and briefly I'm going to talk about additional features of GELAB, and eventually I'll conclude by giving some conclusions. So libGE is a famous library for grammatical evolution. G was proposed initially by the Biocomputing and Developmental Systems Research Group as a tool for automatic programming. GE has been widely successful in innovation. Its implementation was initially in C++, which was prohibitive for a wider range of scientists because of the fact that the scientists not only had to deal with C++, the command line interface, but also had to tweak C++ objects for successful running of libGE, which could be prohibitive for researchers who do not have a background in computer science. We call our implementation of G as GELAB. GELAB is currently present online as an open source software on GitHub, and it can be readily used in research and development. So basically, first of all, I'm just going to present a little bit about the innovation behind grammatical evolution. So grammatical evolution basically is an analog of Darwinian evolution, as well as it inherits some ideas from genetics as well. So from a Darwinian point of view, it basically embraces the idea of the survival of fittest, in which a population of individuals is created in the start, and then they evolve generation by generation while satisfying a fitness criteria, and only those individuals that satisfy the fitness criteria survive, or their genotype basically survives to the next generation, and the poor individuals are littered or whittled away. Now, from the genetics point of view, the idea is that every living organism has a genotype which is governed by the DNA structure of the living organism, and the genotype has a manifestation in terms of the phenotype. So in grammatical evolution, the genotype is represented using a binary string or an integer string, and we take some production rules from a context-free grammar specified in a Backus-Naur form, and use these production rules to map the genotype onto phenotype, and eventually what we get is a computer program that is a potential candidate solution for the problem at hand. So the problem of hybrid optimization can be explained using this polynomial in which y is equal to minus a plus b times sine to the x. And in hybrid optimization, the problem is that y is the dependent variable and x is the independent variable of the problem, whereas minus 2.3 and 0.13, which can be seen as coefficients a and b, need to be found. Now, the good thing about GE is that GE is able to find the overall structure of a target polynomial or a target computer program. It could be anything. And it can do so effectively, and it is a widely documented aspect of grammatical evolution. However, to find the exact values of coefficients a and b, one needs to go a step further, and over here the found computer program has to be augmented with a numerical optimization algorithm, and it could be any nonlinear meta-heuristic algorithms such as simulated annealing or particle swarm optimization or grammatical evolution, or other kind of numerical optimization algorithms such as line search algorithms or trust region algorithms such as conjugate gradient, Gauss-Newton or Levenberg-Marquardt. How so they can be augmented with these algorithms to find the values of the target polynomials. However, can only normally be done by hand. That is to say that once you have a target program, you give it to a numerical optimization algorithm, and that basically finds the values for these. What we have done in GELAB is that we have implemented scheme in which grammatical evolution spins computer programs and tries to find the appropriate structure for the target computer program, whereas a hybrid optimization algorithm with which GE is augmented basically tries to find the values for these programs. So this is the grammar that can be used in or that we have actually ourselves used in our case in hybridizing grammatical evolution with other numerical optimization algorithm programs. So over here, this is a typical grammar written in Backus-Naur form with its production rules and stuff. However, over here we have this terminal symbol that is constant, which has a value of W1 up to W2, W3, W4, and this is the format in which MATLAB basically can accept variables. So over here I'm just saying it is a variable because in terms of optimization, the coefficients that have to be found are going to be treated as variables by the hybrid numerical optimization algorithm. So we create a program and which has kind of like hooks like W1, W2, W3 in it, and we give it to a hybrid numerical optimization algorithm which finds the appropriate values for these constants. So this is basically the main achievement of our work, and over here I'm just going to go through the basic GE algorithm, in which what happens is that initially we what we do is that we initialize a parent population, and then over here we have the typical steps of a genetic algorithm, and which are actually also followed by grammatical evolution as well. So over here what we do is that initially we perform selection, and then we do crossover and mutation. So here are the results basically over the training data, and here in the green error bars we have compared various variants of GE with genetic programming. So the green error bars are of genetic programming, which was basically run using GELAB, which is a tool proposed by Sara Silva, whereas the rest of the error bars are those of various flavors of grammatical evolution. Over here, in terms of the various flavors of grammatical evolution, I'll have to say that we were using plain grammatical evolution, we were using grammatical evolution augmented or hybridized with simulated annealing, genetic algorithm, and particle swarm optimization in our case. And it can be seen that and we employed 6 polynomials which are written in the literature, and they're proposed by Martin Kaiser, who's a famous person in the area of symbolic regression, and we have used those in light of the previous research. And or basically these error bars basically tell us that how well or poorly grammatical evolution's various flavors did against genetic programming. These error bars basically are plotted at 95% confidence interval level, and whenever there is an overlap between error bars of 2 experiments, it shows that basically there is no significant difference between the 2 experiments, whereas if there is no overlap, then it means that there is a significant difference, and if the error bar is high, it means that the experiment did better than the other. The conclusions. GELAB is a convenient way to use GE in research and development. It is far easier to use than libGE. The user only needs to specify the data for which the software should be run. More keen users can even tweak the code with a lot more ease. It is easy to integrate with third-party software too. The inherent abilities of MATLAB to gather data and plotting make it a viable choice for easy, useful, and repeatable research. We are benchmarking GELAB on MATLAB 2019b. In the future, we expect GELAB to be used by a wider research community. The expected users are, of course, who would be dealing with optimization problems in their work. Invention of autonomous systems can be accelerated with GELAB. So here are my references, and I'm just going to conclude the presentation. Thanks indeed.